your resume from high school is absolutely ridiculous.
Nah.
What do you mean, nah? I mean, it's insane.
I mean, it was just, again, I think people have so much to offer outside of just a resume. And so I think it's a product of the environment. Yeah, like I did well. I tried to continue to do well, but I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm special for being like a highly recruited athlete out of high school. I think, there are a lot of people that get overlooked that may not have had XYZ kind of under their belt at the time that have gone on to do sensational things. But yeah, I mean, you're right. It was a definitely interesting childhood that I had, and it was fun. And so I don't regret any of it.
I mean, by no means would I say that anything anyone does in high school defines them. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Yeah.
What I meant was, swimming-wise, you had a great resume that leads to, I'm sure you had many options is what I'm trying to get across of where you want to go.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's other people that also had great resumes, but that leads to the opportunities of going to a school like Cal or having other options in hand. But you decided to move all the way across the country to Cal.
Of course.
Like I said, I'm sure you had many options. So what was your recruiting process like?
Yeah. It was a great process. Again, I was fortunate enough to have done well. Offered a lot to the table in terms of potentially some of the intangibles. I did go to school. I took school very seriously. I still do. That compared with, XYZ times across a number of events, I think I had a lot of options because I could help teams out in a lot of different ways. So my recruiting process was pretty smooth, which I was very lucky. A lot of great schools. I reached out right on September 1st. But not too many people know this, but Cal was actually the last school to reach out to me. So here I was, however highly ranked or however people, make rankings, but I was up there. And so here I was, and I had a lot of friends on the team at the time. And you kind of know guys because the swimming community is very tight-knit at a certain level. And so you know a lot of the guys in NCAA before you even kind of step foot on campus. And so, I'd heard all these great things. You obviously look up to guys like Nathan Adrian, Ryan Murphy, like all the guys that you grew up watching at the Olympics. What's the common through line? It's like, oh, they swim at Cal. And I was a fan of them, not by what they did in the pool, but just how they carried themselves. In post-race, everything from post-race interviews to what I've heard through conversations. You can't really bank on people's reputations and word of mouth, but throughout the recruiting process, there were just so many things that reemphasized that you can really become a true, full individual at Cal. And so it was always my top kind of choice in the back of my mind, but I did not get any attention for the first 3 or 4 months of the recruiting season. And by that point, a lot of the kids in my class had already committed. And I guess I won't exactly say which school it was, but I was very close to committing someplace else. And then I got a text from a 510 number, which was a foreign area code to me at the time. Not anymore. But it was this long text. I was in class, I think. And at the bottom, you had a little hash mark and it said Dave Durden. And I was just like, I was like, yeah, this is sick. This is what I've been waiting for. Set up a phone call with Dave, and I'm pretty sure I probably could have committed after the first phone call. Felt like I talked to him for 15 minutes. We talked for 2 hours. Just about everything, all that the school had to offer, how he felt about me personally, and a lot of the guys that were already in the program that I was familiar with, just kind of updating me on their process and kind of in the scope of the season, how they were going to do. And then, it was a really easy decision. I kind of narrowed my choices down really fast. I didn't take any of my like official visits, which I probably would advise against for most people. I think people should take their time and really explore all their options if they think that that's the best move. But I knew in my gut that this was going to be the right move, and there's not a day that goes by where I think about any other school. You know, I feel like I was born to come here and be a part of this program, and so you know, it's a pretty easy decision for me.
That's awesome. That's awesome that it worked out that way, and pretty crazy to think that it could have gone another way, or that it took that long. Have you ever talked to your coach about why he took that long?
No. I feel like we have such a good relationship now. We always have, Durden and I. So, you know, I'm sure when it's all said and done, I might ask him at the end of NCs. It's like, oh, did I do my job? I hope he'll say yes to a certain extent. You know, everybody has their ebbs and flows, right? No stranger to that. But I think I've tried very hard to do right by this program and do right by the people who have invested time in me to try to see me do well. And so at the end of the day, whether it's in the classroom, whether it's in life, whether it's in the water, I've tried to just make the people who have put their time, effort, and skills into coaching me, into helping me blossom as a person, I try to pay them back with performance. I hope he thinks I did a solid job.
If you like this clip, then you'll probably like the full episode as well. Make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel for more.